Alright. Yep, there you go. Greetings, fellow pack members. My name is Vanera, and welcome back to Shadow Castle. I haven't done this in 2 weeks. So, today, instead of doing the, whatchamacallit, I start the stream, and I can't speak. Instead of doing, like, the, channel preview or introduction or whatever, for, like, returning subscribers or new visitors and so on and so forth, I'm just going to go ahead and explain some of the rules, or the new rules I went ahead and set in place. They're not written down anywhere, except for on my laptop, and I don't know if I should, or if I would be able to put them on the channel page. And of course, the second I start the stream, my dogs have to go ahead and all of a sudden get uncomfortable and have to move around. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Anyways, yesterday, when I was, like, feeling like complete crap, I was discussing how I was having, questions about, friend requesting and trying to talk to you guys about the editing and recording, and I really wasn't making any sense at all. I was watching the video again, I was constantly sniffling, coughing, and, stuttering with words like I am right now. You know, as usual, my usual stuttering self. I have such a big issue. I have a big issue with this. I have no idea why. I always have a hard time speaking. And it's usually when I'm doing the live streams. When I'm recording, it's perfectly fine, obviously, because of the editing and everything else like that, but it just sucks. It sucks. There's the coughing, yep. Now all of a sudden I have to have friggin' congestion. Or at least starting to get it. Alright, so I want to go ahead and get right into it while I am working on, the Shadow Castle, because I haven't worked on it within the past 2 weeks. I said I was going to. I never got the chance. Just, schedule's been changing a lot recently, so I'm just going to go ahead and start it off right here. So, first things first, friend requesting. I'm just going to go ahead and give out the basics. Because a lot of people all of a sudden want to friend request me, and I obviously need to go ahead and start putting down a limit. So, how you friend request me is entirely up to you, but where you friend request me from, depends on, well, what you have already done with me within, like, the past several gameplays, I should say. The reason why I'm saying this is because that I am now only accepting friend requests from people that I've actually been playing games with for a while. So that would be like 10 gameplays or 15 to 20 gameplays, you know, stuff like that. There's gonna be requirements, only because of the fact that I don't want everyone all of a sudden friend requesting me, and I really don't want to be rude. I'm not that kind of person. I don't like just saying, no, I can't friend request you, and then have to deal with them asking, why can't you friend request me, what's the matter, and, you know, have to deal with something like that. I'm not a mean person. I really don't want to be doing stuff like that. I really hate doing stuff like that, because I don't want to go ahead and have to explain to someone not only my issue, but also my past issues with, well, the issue. I really don't feel like making someone feel like I'm taking it out on them instead of taking it out on myself or trying to deal with the situation myself. But at the same time, I can't just go ahead and be nice to everyone 100% at my fullest. I am trying to, but not just the way things are currently, it's just in general, there are restrictions. It's not just a me thing, it's a lot of people have been doing this, and it's time for me to start doing it. So, I'm starting with friend requesting. I'm just going to start with the basics, and then I'm going to go ahead and get into deeper details, depending on what exactly a lot of people would be friend requesting me on. So, the basic basics I want to go over is, first things first, no personal information, including your real name and phone number. If you want me to address you as your real name, just do a first name, or you could go ahead and let me give you a nickname. Let's say your name is Timothy. You want me to just call you Tim? Fine, I could call you Tim. Or Timmy, instead of saying Timothy. Whatever you like, just not your full name. Because if you give out your full name, then, that's like you giving your full name out to me. You're giving me your full name. Not something that I'm uncomfortable with, but for someone to just straight out give me their full name and their phone number, not allowed. I'm not going to allow that. If it's just your first name or like a nickname, like I said before, that's fine. But no personal information, including your full real name and your phone number. The reason why is because your phone number is technically your own personal device, not that your PlayStation or your computer isn't. There's a good chance that it is. But your phone is like your mobile technology. Yes, you could carry a laptop around, but you probably are on your phone more than you are on your laptop. I mean, you're not walking with a laptop emailing someone. But that is your personal device, and my phone is my personal device. I usually do it, text people and call people that I know, or that I am working with, or that I have to do work with, schoolwork, work, or just personal family work. Let's say I want to go ahead and help someone with something. But that is my own personal device. That is your own personal device. So I will not be accepting phone numbers unless we know each other. Unless we know each other like 100%. Like we're friends, we've hung out with each other several times, and, so on and so forth. But that is a no-no. I don't want you giving me your phone number. That is not going to happen. Another thing is that age is a must-know, and there are reasons behind this. Because I want to know what your age is in order for me to properly address you. I do have, I think, two kids that have tried friend requesting me, and I don't mean kids as in like young teenagers. I mean kids, like 7 or 8. Like, I'm surprised that they have their own PlayStation. Hi, Polar Bear. But you need to tell me your age if you want to friend request me in order for me to address you properly. Because if you're younger than me, of course, I'm going to be like, hey, buddy, or what's up? And, something like that. If you're my age, then I would talk to you the way that I usually talk. I'd say, hey, what's up, man? Or how's it going? And if you're older than me, then, you're older than me. I could address you as adult. I could I can address you as a peer. And, usually the older you are, or the more close to my age you are, the easier it is for me to talk to you. But with a younger audience, I have to make sure that I am, speaking correctly, that I am talking to you as a person, and that not like my weird self like I would normally talk with my peers. But it's just to make sure that, I'm being appropriate enough around your age group, and that, I don't discuss things with you that you're not supposed to be knowing or anything else like that. It's just so that way, I could address you properly. That's the only thing. And the other thing, too, is for you to be appropriate, especially during streams. If you friend request me and we just so happen to be best buddies and we're doing streams together, we have to be at least semi-appropriate. I mean, if you curse a little bit and you're my age group, that's fine. But if you're a little kid and you're constantly cursing like there's no tomorrow, that's not okay. I can't accept that. So that's mostly just the basics. It's just no personal information, including your phone number. Age is a must-know. I need to know your age, and you have to be appropriate. I can't have, a kid who mostly games when his parents are not home and constantly curses out every single time someone does something. So it's a must-know. Another thing that I need to go over is the different kinds of friend requesting, because I do have several different forms of social media and entertainment platforms. So first things first is YouTube. Usually I don't friend request people unless I've been with them very frequently on games. Usually I don't do it specifically or like a specific count of games. But if we've done way more than 10 games, then yeah, I could probably consider it. Also for YouTube friend requesting, you have to be age 17 and up currently. Like 1 year younger than me. If you're 2 years younger than me, then, you know, I might let it slide, but the issue is the fact that I need to make sure that I'm addressing someone appropriately. And if you do want to stay in contact with me, obviously if you're friend requesting me on YouTube, you can contact me through PlayStation messaging. I do have the app on my phone. You can just go ahead and email me right there. Or if we meet in real life, or if we work together, or working together on a game idea or whatever, then, you know, we could do an email. But that is going to be it. Facebook or email. Again, you have to meet the YouTube requirements, and usually I wouldn't be giving out my email by then, but I'll be doing it way over about 25 games together. That is like the limit. If we've done 25 games together, then I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. But if we've done it's not so much as, you know, here's your requirements, you meet this, I'm definitely going to go ahead and accept the friend request. No, it's more than likely just a matter of friend requesting me is different from following me. If you subscribe or you follow me, that's perfectly fine. You know, I have no say in that. But if you friend request me, that means that you will be playing games with me. You will be actually doing things with me. And usually I won't friend request, my God, can't speak. Usually I wouldn't friend request a whole bunch of people. Again, I've already done that with an old account, and I've already suffered from it, so I'm not doing that again. I'm only going to be doing it with people that I normally know. And Discord is something completely different. We have to have, like, face-to-face contact before we do anything like that. And we've have been friends for a while now in order for you to go ahead and do a Discord with me, because my Discord is usually only open to friends that I've been for, like, years, and I don't even have a gaming Discord yet. But if you met me both on YouTube and Facebook, and you met those requirements, and you've played with me very frequently, and you plan on playing frequently with me, then I might as well go ahead and consider making a gaming chat, or like a game group, just for you guys to go ahead and check out, and for, you know, my friends to go ahead and contact on each other on. Again, I start the stream, it's like only, 13 minutes in, I'm already I'm doing that, again. It's so annoying. I'm trying to think here. Again, like I said, just because if you met the requirements doesn't mean I'm going to exactly, like, straight out, hey, you can friend request me. It's at least, if you have at least done this, then I would consider it. But with the way that everyone has been in the past towards me, and the way that everyone's starting to do it again, I'm not going to be accepting friend requests right away, as of right now. If you've already done it in the past, you've already done it. I'm not going to go ahead and block you and say, nope, now you have to meet these requirements. You know, I want to be able to actually talk to the person, understand what they sound like, what their age is, and you have to tell me what your real age is if you plan on doing friend requesting and stuff like that. Because if I find out I'm playing with a little kid and you told me that you're 18, then that's not going to be good. Because if something happens and it turns out that, you know, parents or your parents or guardians end up getting involved, that becomes an issue. Like, an immediate issue. Because it's not that I'm telling you to give me your personal information. I just need to know your, like, let's say your age range. You don't have to give me your specific age, just, like, your age range. Because, again, I want to be able to address you properly. I want to be able to talk to you properly as a person within that age group. But But like I said, if you lie about your age and try to tell me that you're older, and it turns out that I'm talking to you as an adult and you're younger, then it's going to be awkward. Because all this time let's say I was talking to like a 6-year-old, and turns out that they have a very deep voice, which I have actually met a 6-year-old with a deep voice. Trust me, if it wasn't for me actually seeing the kid, I would expect them to be almost my age. But like I said, it's a matter of me addressing you properly, trying to understand what I can and cannot say around you, because I don't want to be cursing around a kid. I don't want to be, saying inappropriate jokes around a kid. I don't want to do that to you guys. I really don't. So it's a matter of protection and understanding that, there is an age limit. If you're watching my videos and you've probably already seen so many other people on YouTube cursing, then guess what? You've already seen them cursing. You've already seen them doing all of this. But as of right now, as far as friend requesting goes, I need to know what your age is, so that way I can address you properly. But like I said before, I'm not going to be friend requesting a lot of people. It's mostly just going to be people that I'm going to be meeting in real life. So friend requesting, that's done. That's out of the way. Age restriction, requirements, or I would say like at least get around that range, and then I'll consider it. But like I said before, usually I would only do it for people that I met in real life or actually talk to very frequently, and then I'll get to that point. But that's friend requesting. That's it. That's done. As far as editing and recording goes, and this is actually very short, so I can go ahead and go back to the game, because I don't have to be too specific about this. So as far as editing and recording goes, I want everyone to understand that I am still using Filmora. I'm going to keep on using Filmora, just for a little while longer, because I have paid to paid in full for the software. I can't speak. I have paid in full for the software. I did a lot of projects with the software, including the Black Paw trailer. You should be able to see the watermark on there, so I shouldn't have to tell you that. And it's something that I want to hold on to just for a little bit longer, because again, I'm not really good at editing. Obviously. It's mostly just going to be me cutting out everything that I don't want in the video, just clipping everything that I'm going to be keeping in there, and it's also going to be, just normal gameplay like this. There's going to be no music, no sound effects, or anything else like that. It's just going to be me simply doing this, because of the fact that, it's enough work, which I'll be getting into a little bit later into the video, but it's extra work that I'm trying to be including into my videos, and usually this extra work does take a little extra time, and I want to make sure that everyone is mostly satisfied. It's a matter of time consumption, because like I said before, I'm not good at editing. It's mostly just me going to be cutting everything out. So the fact that it takes time for me just to go ahead and cut out certain sections of the video, and to transfer one clip correctly to another clip, just so that way it doesn't sound like it's immediately being cut off in the mid-sentence, it takes time for me just to go ahead and do that. And like I said before, I've only been doing this for 2 years, and yes, I should have understood the basics, which I do, but at the same time, I've been mostly doing live streams. Almost all of my videos are live streams. Only because of the fact that it's easier. It's easier for me to handle, take care of, manage, and usually I have a hard time just talking in general. And obviously, Captain, I have a hard time talking in general, obviously. And trying to do this during a live stream is sometimes very difficult. So instead of, having all the moments of me stuttering and everything else like that, and of course checking the camera and trying to redo everything, like I said, it's mostly just a matter of me trying to fix everything, because I want to make sure that I'm doing everything correctly. I want to make sure that I am doing the best that I can. And yes, it's only just like 30 subscribers at the current moment. It's not like I have a lot of fans or anything else like that. It's just a matter of me trying to go ahead and make sure that everything is done perfectly, because the 100 series is coming up. As soon as the second recording year ends, it's a matter of time and a matter of experience that I need in order for me to go ahead and move forward, and I want to move forward. So I need to go ahead and kind of push myself, just so that way I am able to, like I said, move forward. So again, the editing is mostly just going to be me recording the streams, like straight from my laptop. Like I could go ahead, go onto my stream right now, restart, go ahead, take clips from several different sections of the video. I could go ahead and keep on retrying to talk, and mostly you guys will be seeing me basically completing this within only a couple minutes, when it's been taking me all day. And I don't know why that's stacked up. And it's, like I said, it's just going to be me clipping different sections out and putting them into a video. No sound effects, no music, and that's basically it. All my recordings, like I said, are going to be done through editing streams. I'm not going to be actually submitting actual recordings directly. They will actually be less frequent. Why am I having a hard time saying this? They will actually be less frequent, because of the fact that I'll be editing all these videos and actually posting these as the recordings. So it does take time. I will be doing extra things, which I should be getting to right now. I know it's only been like 22 minutes, and I should be talking about this instead of the talk video, but whatever. I'll just go ahead and get to that part. Special events. I need to go ahead and talk about that. So, one, which I have been talking about recently, is the auction/raffle. Now, I have been saying that there was a original idea that I wanted to go ahead and put in, but I am not putting that up yet because I want you guys to actually have the chance to vote and tell me what you guys want, instead of, just going straight forward with the idea. Because the original idea is for there to be a raffle week and then an auction day or an auction weekend. And mostly they should be end to end, unless, of course, like I said, something has to be postponed and I would end up having to do like 2 days of it or 3 days of it. But it's mostly just a matter of me trying to go ahead and, do something extra with you guys, something a little fun, and something for you guys to go ahead and enjoy. Just had to fix that. Alright. There are going to be rules, obviously, to both the auction and the raffle. So, the way that the raffle is going to work is this. What's going to happen is that during the raffle week, I'm going to be posting videos. It's not going to be 5 recordings or 5 streams. It's not going to immediately be 5 streams. For all I care, it could be end up being like 2 or 3 videos, and that'll be the raffle week. That'll be it. And then the auction day is something completely different. It's a completely different event. Alright, I'll still be selling artwork or giving out artwork, but it's something that's going to be completely different. And again, this is mostly just an idea. This is, something that if you guys want to do it, then I can go ahead and do it. But it's not going to be a forever thing. It's, going to be a temporary thing that I want to do with you guys. But the way that the raffle is going to work is that you guys will be submitting your name or your YouTube name into the comment section, and you can only do it once per video. So that way, when I'm counting the names, it's not going to be a crap ton of names into a giant bowl. It's just going to be a couple names. I'm going to, stir it up, pull a name out, and whoever wins, the canvas or the picture. And the way that the auction is going to work is that I'm going to have a starting bid, and people that want to go ahead and participate in the auction have to have a PayPal. And what's going to happen is that I am going to be announcing the winner. Obviously, whoever is the highest bidder will receive the painting, and as soon as they pay me, I'll give them the painting, or I'll give them the painting and they pay me. Something that I'm still trying to work out. Like I said, it's not an immediate idea that will be going into play. It's just an idea. I don't know if you guys want to do it. I don't know if you guys want to participate in it, or if you guys want to go ahead and vote for something else. If you want to just do the raffle, or if you just want to do the auction, you tell me. But the only issue that I have with this, and this is the only concern I have, it's not going to be, forget about the idea because of this. It's, just a concern. A lot of people like to steal artwork. Whether you sign your name on it or not, they're still going to try to go ahead and steal it or say, I did this, or, so on and so forth. So, here's what's going to happen. If I find out if I do go through the idea, if I go ahead and actually go through with the idea and actually hold raffles or auctions, if I find that someone is plagiarizing my work, it's going to be an immediate termination of the events. I'm no longer going to be doing the raffles or the auctions. That is going to be it. Everyone's going to, go back to watching videos. That's basically going to be it. Because the only reason why I'm making this idea is so that way I can actually interact with you guys a little bit more. Because all I've been doing is the live streams, and I have been talking with people on live streams. Every now and then I have someone on there who would like to have a conversation with me, and like I said, it's not a lot of people that are on my live streams. So if you want to talk to me directly, you can do it through my live streams. I will answer you, as of right now. But, like I said before, a lot of people aren't on my live streams, so I could just simply talk to you guys. But if you want to go ahead and ruin it for everyone and, not take the time to go ahead and make something of your own and try to claim my work as yours and ruin it for everyone, then that's going to be it. I'm just going to immediately terminate the events. No one's going to see an auction or a raffle anymore. And the rest of my canvases, I could just go ahead and keep and do for myself instead of giving them out for you guys. So that's that. Another thing that I want to go ahead and add, and again, this is if I go through with the idea. It's not going to be an immediate. I know I've been lately saying there's going to be an auction or, stuff like that. This is an if. If everyone is okay with this idea, or if everyone wants to go through with this idea. Because I've tried doing it before with my family members, and nothing was done in time. I couldn't get everything done in time. But at least with the videos, it's, whenever I choose to do it. There's no specific date. So, if this does take place, or if I do agree with this idea and everyone else agrees with the idea, and I decide to go ahead and move forward with it, or if I don't find a better idea, then I'll move forward with it. But if I do go ahead and submit work to other people, or if I go ahead and let other people win, and they just so happen to be artists themselves, I will be accepting professional critiques, meaning that you'll be able to criticize my artwork, artist to artist, telling me what's good, what's not good, probably giving me tips, or just, simply complimenting me on certain parts of the artwork. Because painting isn't my strong area. I'm usually better with the pencil than I am with the brush. Like I said, that's why I am better with the professional pencils, because I can create more detail with it than I can with the painting. I still have issues with the painting. It's mostly just the pencils I like to work with. So like I said, if I move through with the idea, if I don't find anything else I can do with you guys, then that's going to be it. If regular video editing doesn't work, like 10 to 15 minute videos just of me playing a simple game, if that doesn't work, then, like I said, there's the option. But as of right now, voting for whether or not I will be doing the raffle, or announcements of whether or not I'll be doing the auction/raffle, will be way after the virus. There is no specific date, but way after this issue is over, I'm more than likely going to be announcing whether or not I'm going to do it. Because way after that, or way before I go ahead and do the voting, I should be able to go ahead and start editing videos. But you also need to understand that when I edit the videos, it's more than likely going to result in less frequent videos. I'm not going to be doing it every other day like I usually do with this. I mean, you still see the live stream, but as soon as this is edited and done with, I am taking this down and I am replacing it with another video, or with an edited version of the live stream. So that's the auction/raffle for the special events. Mostly, everything else, like subscription or video submission celebrations, like my 150th, which I think I've passed. Actually, yeah, I think I passed that, or 200, whatever. I'll just do like an interactive live stream, like I've always done, or just like a thank you video, which, like I said, I have always done. But one more thing I actually do want to go ahead and get across before I get deep into the stream or into the game is understanding of time. I have been talking with my family about this for a while, and they've been trying to talk to me about it, except they don't understand that I fully understand, and I'm trying to get it across. But understanding of my time, for you guys to understand that I can't always do stuff like this, is extremely important, because again, this is more of a hobby. This is an actual job. I don't actually do this for a living. This is, like I said, something a little extra, a little fun for me to do, like posting constantly on Facebook. It's just a way to go ahead and grab the attention of more people. That's basically what I've been doing for the first 2 years, is practicing, trying to grab the attention of people for the first 2 years, and basically trying to get used to this, because it's something fun that I like doing. It is stressful sometimes, like my throat is hurting because I am still sick from allergy season, but it's something I like doing. You know, a lot of people say, keep up the good work, thank you, you know, this is really cool, or hey, you know, I never knew you could do this, that's very interesting, or I never knew about this. You know, it makes me happy. It makes me extremely happy. So trying to go ahead and get stuff like that out is mostly my personal time given to you guys, so that way you guys can be happy, because it makes me happy. However, you also need to understand that there are times where I need to take a break. I may not announce it, and I probably will most certainly not go ahead and give you the full detail on it, but, you know, there are things in my life that I need time for. First things first is school. My education is important to me, because it's basically the gateway or the pathway to reaching my goals in life. That is like my personal achievement, to go ahead and finish school, get it over with, and actually reach my goals in life. So that's one. Two is work. I need the money, because all the little extra things that I do for you guys, like the canvases and getting the extra art supplies for you guys, so that way I can do the artwork if I go through with the auction, that's coming out of my wallet. And sometimes it ends up coming out of my family's wallet for a couple days. And usually it takes time. And recently work has been crazy because of the whole issue. Because again, I work in a store, so it's mostly me trying to go ahead and get everything done as quickly as possible, because work itself is stressful. Never mind me having to remember, hey, you need to make a list for the video, or hey, you need to do this for school. And like I said, it does take up my own personal time, which is another thing. My neck. It's my own personal time that I'm giving to you guys. And usually my own personal time is either spent with myself or with my family. And me taking up all that time just for you guys is a sacrifice that I have to make, so that way you guys can be happy, so I can be happy. But if, like I said, if someone just doesn't like my videos only because of the fact that, hey, you know, you're not posting it as frequently as you used to, or, hey, you know, what happened, what's going on, no one said it, obviously. You can check in the comments all you want. No one said it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But it's just a matter of, this is my time. I was going to say there are many like it, but this one is mine. But it is my time. It is time that I am spending just for you guys. And I just need you to understand that it takes time to do certain things. And there will be times where I will just disappear. Because like I said before, this isn't a living. This is a hobby. And like I said, for the 100th time now, this is something that I need to... This is something that I just need to go ahead and bring out. So you guys know ahead of time. Not that anyone's complaining or anything else like that. I just need you guys to know. So I don't have to worry about the issue later. Better worry about it now than later on. Alright. So that's basically all that I wanted to say. I'm not doing the channel preview right now, or like the trailer or ad or whatever. I'm not going to go ahead and do that right now. I have better things that I could be doing right now especially. So I'm only doing this just because of the fact that, hey, I realize I haven't played this game in 2 weeks. I haven't done anything for this game in 2 weeks, like I said I was going to. So I might as well just do a video on it. Alright, so with everything else on here out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and do my best to focus on the game. So, like I said before, there is a deadline, or a deadline range, I should say, within the month of May. March, April, May, yeah, in 2 months. In 2 months, within the month of May, my goodness, I should be done with this section of the castle, and I don't know how that missed the hitbox. This entire section, meaning that the walls, the flooring, and the ceiling will be done. Like I said before, it's going to be the basic structure and basic structure only. Everything else will be done towards the end. It'll be like a quick little touch-up on everything, and that'll be it. Now, here's the other thing I want to go ahead and let you guys know. There is going to be an extension of this part of the castle. And I mean this specific part that I am trying to fix right now. I mean that there is going to be changes. And one of them is, of course, the courtyard. The courtyard isn't exactly just going to be this area. I'm going to be adding a hall, like a literal hallway, down here. And it's, of course, going to be extending outwards from the castle. The reason why is because I want the walls to be, of the castle to be a little bit thicker, like at least 2 blocks. That's all that I want, is just at least a 2-block thickness inside the castle, one for outside and one for inside. And let me get comfortable, sorry. It's mostly just so that way it has a better look to it. Like I said, this is mostly just a prototype for me for the story. It's not really something for like any necessity for you guys, unless you want to go ahead and figure out the best way to go ahead and build an entire castle or tower or whatever you like to go ahead and call it. It's mostly a way for me to go ahead and have a reference, which I actually do have to complete this very soon because I am using it as a reference for a story and an art project. But it's, like I said, mostly just for me to go ahead and complete, get something done, and for me to be basically proud of. So whether or not I add like the special things to it is mostly entirely up to me. If I go ahead and complete it, and actually show you guys everything, then I'll show it to you. You know, it's not going to be anything like that. But again, there is no guarantee that everything's going to be 100% done for you guys. This is mostly for me, but if it was just for you guys, I may just be leaving it as, not as it is, but almost like right here. Go ahead and complete the interior of it and everything, and just call quits on it. That is it. That is done. But there is actually very, 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 very important meaning behind this, and I would like to go ahead and get it done. I am going to have to be quiet for a little bit because I am trying to go ahead and figure out some of the measurements, especially on this side. Because, as you were able to see on the other side, I usually have 2 lines going down along each cross. And I don't know why I'm having such a hard time speaking. I have no idea why it's so hard to speak. Turn my fan on. Getting freaking hot in here. Actually, I did just get a fridge for my room. So, Coca-Cola. Actually, it's still cold. But, again, I'm not going to be going over a lot with this thing. And like I said before, if it was just for you guys, I'm more than likely just going to be ending it with the basic structure. But it's not, and because it isn't, I might as well just go ahead and show you guys, you know, the special things I could actually be doing with this. Alright, so I figured it out, so I don't need to talk about this. So, if you remember, all the sides are supposed to be barracks. That is what they're supposed to be. That is their purpose. And for those of you that have no idea what a barrack is, it's basically like a living quarter for soldiers or troops. I'm not going to be adding any of the characters into any of my builds. It's mostly just going to be the builds. And the reason why is because of the fact that I really don't feel like spoiling anything. I'd rather have the story done, over with, published, have a hard copy, whatever, just for you guys, and, you know, let you guys read the story yourself. Because, like I said before, there isn't a deadline for your first story, but there is a deadline for your second story. If you want to go ahead and write a series, there is no deadline for your first story, because no one's really going to know about it. But I'm trying to give myself deadlines so that way I can actually complete it, because I've been working on it since 2016. So, it's about time that I go ahead and actually try and finish it up. But because it's a series, and because I would like to go ahead and dedicate a good portion of my life to it, it's going to take time. And I do need to put more work into it, only because of the fact that it's something that I really, really, really want to complete. And so far, it's actually turning out to be a really good story. And for me to complete this would be basically just enough information to show you guys how much dedication I'll be putting into the story. Because, like I said, if this was just for you guys, then I'd probably just finish up with the flooring. I wouldn't really do anything that special. I'd finish up the flooring, the ceiling, the walls, and I'd just leave it at this structure instead of making extra structures. But no, I actually need this reference, and I do have to work on the Nebula's Village, because I have said it several times that I want to work on it, I want to work on it, I want to work on it. I've never worked on it. I have never, ever, ever worked on it. The last time I worked on it was like a couple of months ago. And that was because I was double checking everything. I was double checking the measurements because I had problems with this earlier. And then I had issues with the measurements on inside of the castle. So, like I said before, it's mostly just to go ahead and get everything done. Now, a frequently asked question about the story, which I can go ahead and give away, is the time period. Hey Jess. Mostly it's supposed to be a mixture of hold on. It's there technological age, I would say. Just like the level of achievement in advanced technology is somewhat close to medieval. Like, in between medieval and industrial, like, they are just learning how to go ahead and build machines. But it's not like they're using machines like an everyday thing. It's, like, very rare to go ahead and actually find a real machine. However, because of their limitations, because they're animals, they don't have thumbs, they are limited to whatever they can basically wear, or whatever they have on them. So, they have their natural weapons, which is claws, teeth, and so on and so forth, if they just so happen to have horns. You know, whatever natural defense that they would normally have, like every other animal. So they're not going to be carrying swords. I'm just going to say they're not going to be carrying any swords. I'm not going to have a sword wielding. Just actually had to say this. They're not going to have like sword wielding rabbits or birds or whatever. Not going to do that. They could have blade extensions on the armor, which I am still in the middle of designing the armor, which I can actually go ahead and show you guys, because, like I said, it's not really a spoiler to the story. But I've been working on animal armor and animal clothing for the past couple of years now, just so that way I can get ready for it. But I can show you guys probably, like I said, after this entire issue is over and I actually have the time to go ahead and do it, but I can show you some of the armor designs that I have created. Most of it, like I said, like for the 100th time already, is prototype. It's not a immediate design that I'm going to be putting out there. It could be something that one of the background characters have, or one of the side characters have. It could be something that I may not even put in there. I may go ahead and readjust it several hundred times, and I just say, okay, you know what, there's obviously an issue with this, but hey, you know, it was something I could work off of. But as of right now, most of the designs are just still in prototype mode. Yes, I know I have 2 viewers. But, like I said, it's in prototype mode, but I can still show you guys because it's not going to spoil the story. But most of the armor is going to have, you know, its own extensions. So, in medieval times, they actually had weapons attached to the armor. Of course, you could have, like, an extended blade coming off the armor. I mean, how many of you guys have actually seen the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles instead of the new one? Because that doesn't count. Shredder, he had blades attached to his armor. Sorry, I just went silent for a second. I just needed to go ahead and focus on that. Alright, well that's completed. So yeah, if you actually watch the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, not the cartoon, like live action, original live action, you'll see that he actually has blades attached to his armor. Which is not exactly what I'm going to be doing, but it's something similar, or it's like a suggestion. I could have an animal with, I mean, you've seen, what was the name of the movie? Owls of Ga'Hoole. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But they had armor on their talons, basically like extensions, or like as an assisting tool. Some of them use it for coal, some of it use it for combat, and some of it used for God knows what. But it was mostly just an extension, or like a, basically like an extra tool that they could use. So, in the story, we could consider as some of their extensions to their armor as tools, as we would normally consider a lot of weapons as, or a lot of pieces of equipment, or quote-unquote equipment. It's mostly just tools to assist them, whether it is in combat, or whether it's through, actually, yes, in one of the designs it was attached. It was attached in one of the designs. Actually, I can look it up. But some of the drawings that they had, it was attached. And yes, I know he had a gauntlet. let's see. Okay, now it's just showing me the new one. I don't know why it's not showing me the old one. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, so the armor that he is wearing on his arm actually does have weapons on it, like the blades. It does have it on there, so... Ha. And even then, medieval armor actually does have weapons attached to the armor. Or at least, like, the crazy designs that they actually have. But like I said, you know, whether it's true or not, whether you guys believe me or not, that's basically what it's going to be. It's basically just going to be attached to the armor. It's not going to be attached to them. But like I said, it's mostly just going to be for tools, or like I said, assistance in combat. And it's, I would say, something that I'm not going to be focusing too much on, only because of the fact that a lot of people actually had debates with me already. Well, what if they did this, or what if they did that? How did they take it off, and so on and so forth? How do they even put it on? It's something that I am still working on. I've actually come close several times where I would say that only specific animals will be able to put armor on, or at least assist putting armor on for other animals. And then I tried changing the design so that way you can actually be able to put it on yourself no matter what you have on. But again, it's still something that I am not entirely focused on right now. I will have to focus on it a lot later, but again, it's, you know, something a little extra. But going back to the game, forgetting about the story, going back to the game, I have completed the staircase halfway, and I am actually really happy about this because it did turn out to be a very good achievement. I haven't finished the stairs, as you can see right here. I haven't put the stairs in all the levels because, of course, there are some levels where it's just dropping like that. But I have the outline, everything is covered in cobblestone, and whatever is not covered in cobblestone is not meant to be covered in cobblestone. For example, this area. This area still has to be filled in. I haven't done the rails yet, of course, because I haven't completed every other section of the map yet. But like I said before, it's mostly just going to be me completing this, and then as soon as everything else is done, I'll get to the tiny details. But all the lines have been set up. I've already went ahead and started measuring out the distance between this location, the tower, and the mine I'm going to be putting down, and I've already measured the distance between here and the garden/farm. So, you know, that's that. And I do have to go ahead and just pause this for 1 second because I do have to go ahead and do something real quick. So I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Resume game. Alright, so like I said, I've already measured out the distance between all the major structures. As far as like minor structures go, like am I putting down like a mini village or whatever, not focusing on that. I'm not going to be doing that right now because most of this stuff is just supposed to be outside of the castle, like tiny little stuff. But everything else within here is mostly supposed to be a barren wasteland. The land in between the inner and outer wall is actually supposed to be a lot further, and usually I wouldn't be putting the walls too close together. Like I said, again, this design is a prototype design, so of course, for now, just for looks, I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna go ahead and pee. Yeah, sure, fine, whatever. I'm gonna put two walls close together. So I'm going to have both the inner wall and outer wall right behind the main structure of the castle. Only because, one, it's just for looks, and two, it's also just so that way this has a little extra fortification. It makes up for the lack of fortification that this already has. But in the story, there's obviously going to be a lot more added to it. I just can't do it now because, like I said before, I do have other things that I would like to go ahead and do, and that is speaking besides the castle. So right now, the only reason why I'm laying down the carpets is so that way I can understand where everything is supposed to be. So all the major areas, or quote-unquote major areas, like the walkway, or where I would be expecting most of the animals to be walking on, is on the gray paths. Everything else would mostly be decorated with the brown carpet, which I also have in my inventory, but I am not going to be doing that now because, unfortunately, it has already been 55 minutes. I wasn't expecting to do a big recording today. I was just expecting to do a short recording just to go ahead and get a few things out of the way, which I have already done. But I do want to go ahead and make sure that I am still on top of this and that I'm still working on this. And I'm still glad that they added this to the update, where I could just go ahead and simply build or break as fast as I'm moving in there. The only issue is that I have those guys in the way, so everything's not going to be 100% completed. Get it? And I'm not considering this as interior decoration only because of the fact that it's also helping me measuring out everything to make sure that everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. It helps me plan out pathways, make sure that I can at least have a little bit of, I would say, just to at least have some sort of interior design added to it. Just that way it looks actually really nice when I go ahead and finish it. Because as of right now, the only thing I'm going to be having on the floor is cobblestone. And because cobblestone is just one gray color, it's not really anything that everyone's going to be like so happy about. Like I said, it's mostly just the grayscale color. So it is 58 minutes. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing a big recording. I only wanted to go ahead and get everything else out of the way. I'm not making any promises on the update for next time I'm done with this, because mostly the brown carpet's going to be laid out, the flooring in the barracks are going to be finished. I'm more than likely going to be finishing up on the second flooring in the castle. But like I said, I'm not making any promises right now. I'll finish up the gray blocks, I'll finish up the brown blocks, and I'll just have to go ahead and go on from there. But trying to make this look as interesting and yet as evil as it possibly can, because I'm not trying to make it look like all of it is lava, because the story takes place in an actual real location, and as far as I'm concerned, the location is not known for its vast lava or volcanic active land, I should say. I don't know how to put it. I don't know the correct terminology for it, but its location or its geography is not where I would go ahead and find a lot of lava in. It's mostly just so that way I can go ahead and put everything down and just leave it as it is. So I'm trying to make it look as evil as possible. But at the same time, the character that I'm creating isn't 100% evil. I guess you could say he would be almost like a I'm not saying a Loki-like character because, really, is there another character that can replace Loki? Just ask yourself that question. Is there another character that can replace Loki, or can that can be as evil yet as lovable as Loki? That's all I'm gonna ask. But I'm not trying to make another Loki. I'm just trying to make a very unique character, add my own style to it, and everything else like that. But anyways, it has been an hour. Like I said, wasn't planning a long video. I do have other things that I want to be doing and that I do need to do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it off right here. Anyways, thank you for watching. Comments, questions, advice, go ahead, leave it in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to read it. If you want to go and see more videos like this, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, and you'll be notified every single time I'm uploading a video or doing a live stream. I do apologize for losing my train of thought, stuttering, whatever, mispronouncing words. I am really tired, and I am not feeling well. Again, it's just the allergies, so my throat hurts, my nose hurts, my eyes are burning, which is why I'm constantly rubbing them, which I shouldn't be, but I've been washing my hands several hundred times already. So I'm just going to leave it off as I am sorry. There's nothing much I can really do about it. It's just me. But I am trying my best. I am trying to go ahead and do everything else that I can possibly do just that way I can talk to you guys. But like I said, that is going to be it for today. Thank you for watching, and as always, I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.